Hello everyone, welcome to Civics class. Today we are going to continue lesson 1 of Civics, the legislature, union and states. The objectives of the lesson are you will come to know about what is the parliament, functions of the government, division of responsibilities between central and state governments, the union legislature, the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha, powers and functions of the parliament and the state legislature. Earlier, we had discussed about the parliament, the union legislature, the Lok Sabha, and the Rajya Sabha. And today, we are going to discuss about the state legislature. The main objective of today's topic is you will come to know about what is the state legislature and its two houses, the Legislative Assembly or Vidhan Sabha, that is also known as the lower house of the state legislature, and the Legislative Council or Vidhan Parishad, that is also known as the upper house of the state legislature. But before discussing today's topic, let us recall the definitions and the cross question answers related to the previous topics. Definitions: the Parliament, Anglo Indian, Speaker, secret ballot, constituencies, ex officio. Now answer these cross questions. Which is the supreme law making body of our country? Who is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha? What is the other name of the Rajya Sabha? Who is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha? Tell any 5 points of difference between the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Now, let us discuss the new words related to today's topic. Legislature, the law-making body. State legislature, the law-making body at the state level. The Legislative Assembly or Vidhan Sabha, the lower house of the state legislature. The Legislative Council or Vidhan Parishad, the upper house of the state legislature. Bicameral legislature, a state legislature that has two houses, and these two houses are the Vidhan Sabha and the Vidhan Parishad. Unicameral legislature, a state legislature that has one house, and that one house is the Vidhan Sabha. Governor, an official appointed to govern a state, or in simple words, head of a state. Municipalities, the local self-government working in small and big cities. Zilla Parishad, the local self-government working at district level. The union list, subjects on which laws can be made only by the parliament. The state list, subjects on which laws can be made only by the state legislative assemblies. The concurrent list, subjects on which laws can be made by both the parliament and the state legislative assemblies. Now, our topic is the state legislature, but before starting the reading, let us discuss the main points related to it. As we had discussed that our Indian government works at three levels: the central level, state level, and the local level. The government that works at the central or the national level is known as the central government. And about central government, we had discussed in our previous video. And today we are going to discuss about the state government. That means the government that works at the state level is known as the state government. And the state government deals with the issues related to the entire state. The law-making body at the state level is known as the state legislature. In India, there are 28 states and 9 union territories, and each state has its own legislature. The state legislature consists of the governor of the state and the one house of the elected legislature, that is, Legislative Assembly or Vidhan Sabha. But some states have two houses of legislature. The upper house is called the Legislative Council or the Vidhan Parishad, whereas the lower house is called the Legislative Assembly or the Vidhan Sabha. Some states have only one house, that is unicameral legislature, while some states have two houses, that is bicameral legislature. Now let us read from the book The State Legislature. States have a legislative assembly similar to the Lok Sabha. The Legislative Assembly, Vidhan Sabha, is also called the lower house. The members of the Vidhan Sabha are elected directly by the people. Like at the central level, we have two houses. The lower house is known as the Lok Sabha. In the same way, at the state level, we have two houses, and the lower house of the state is known as the Legislative Assembly or the Vidhan Sabha. And in the similar way, the members of the Vidhan Sabha or the lower house of the state are directly elected by the people through voting. The Legislative Council or the Vidhan Sabha is also called the upper house. Like at the central level, we have the upper house and we call it the Rajya Sabha. In the same way, the upper house at the state level is known as Vidhan Parishad. The Vidhan Sabha corresponds to the Lok Sabha, whereas the Vidhan Parishad corresponds to the Rajya Sabha. 7 states have bicameral legislature. Bicameral legislature means a state legislature that has two houses. It means they have both legislative assemblies and legislative councils. And the states which have both the houses, they are Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh. But at present, Jammu and Kashmir is not a state. Now it has become a union territory. So, at present, 6 Indian states including Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh have bicameral legislatures. In these states, the upper house is called Legislative Council or Vidhan Parishad and the lower house is called Legislative Assembly or Vidhan Sabha. And only the Parliament of India has got the power to create new legislative council in any state. Until October 2019, the legislature of Jammu and Kashmir was bicameral, consisting of both the houses. That means it had the Legislative Assembly as well as Legislative Council. But in August 2019, a Reorganization Act was passed by the Indian Parliament, and that act reorganized the state of Jammu and Kashmir into two territories, namely Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. And after that act, the Legislative Council of Jammu and Kashmir was formally abolished on 16th October 2019. And other than these 6 states, the rest of the states have unicameral legislature, which means they have only legislative assemblies. 2 union territories, Delhi NCR and Puducherry, also have legislative assemblies. That means earlier only 2 union territories have the legislative assembly, and these 2 union territories are Delhi and Puducherry. But now, as Jammu and Kashmir has also become a union territory and it also has the state legislative assembly. Now, let us read and discuss the composition of the state legislature. The number of seats in Vidhan Sabha varies according to the population of the state. Varies means differs. And the members of the Vidhan Sabha or the Legislative Assembly are known as MLAs. And the total number of members of a legislative assembly depends upon the population of a state. For example, Uttar Pradesh has 403 members, whereas Sikkim has only 32 members. And the maximum number of MLAs in any state cannot be more than 500. Whereas in the case of Vidhan Parishad, the total number of members should not exceed 1/3 of the total number of members of Vidhan Sabha. That means, in Vidhan Parishad or Legislative Council, the total number of members should not be less than 40 but not more than 1/3 of the state legislative assembly. Let us take an example of Uttar Pradesh, as Uttar Pradesh has both the houses. At present, Uttar Pradesh has 403 seats in Vidhan Sabha, so its seats in Vidhan Parishad can be 1/3 of the seats in Vidhan Sabha. That means 1/3 of 403. So, Uttar Pradesh can have maximum 134 seats in the Vidhan Parishad but not more than that. Now, let us read and discuss tenure of the state legislature. Tenure means time period. Normally, the tenure of Vidhan Sabha is 5 years. It may be dissolved earlier by the governor. During a national emergency, its tenure can be extended by a year. Means members of the Vidhan Sabha are elected for the period of 5 years. However, governor can dismiss the House before the completion of its tenure. And on the other hand, at the times of national emergency, that means if there is any internal or external threat or disturbances in the country, its tenure can be extended for a year. But the Vidhan Parishad cannot be dissolved. Dissolved means dismissed. One third of its members retire every 2 years. Means, like Rajya Sabha, the Vidhan Parishad is also a permanent body, and the Vidhan Parishad cannot be dissolved, but one third of its members retire after every 2 years, and the tenure of Vidhan Parishad is 6 years. Now, let us read and discuss eligibility or the qualifications required to become the member of the state legislature. The eligibility criteria for becoming a member of the Legislative Assembly and the Legislative Council are same as that of the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha respectively. Means, for Legislative Assembly, one must not be less than 25 years of age, whereas for the Legislative Council, one must not be less than 30 years of age. And the common eligibilities for both the houses are: one must be an Indian citizen, he or she should not be a proclaimed offender, and he or she must be a registered voter. Now let us read and discuss election procedure of the state legislature. Members of Vidhan Sabha are elected directly by the people. They are called members of the Legislative Assembly, that is MLAs. Means, the MLAs are elected directly by the people of the state. For the purpose of elections, the state is divided into different areas or constituencies. A constituency is a particular area from which all the voters living there choose their representative. For example, Uttar Pradesh is divided into 403 assembly constituencies, and the candidates contest elections in the name of different parties. From each constituency, the people elect one representative who becomes an MLA, and the MLAs generally belong to different political parties. And the members of the Vidhan Parishad are elected in the following ways. One third of its members are elected by the state legislative assembly. That means one third members are elected by the lower house of the state legislature. Another one third are elected by the local bodies such as municipalities and Zilla Parishads. Municipalities means the local self-government working in small and big cities, and Zilla Parishad is the local self-government working at district level. Some members are elected by registered graduates and teachers. Means 1/12 are elected by the teachers and 1/12 members are elected by the registered graduates. Some are nominated by the governor. Means out of the total members of the Vidhan Parishad, 1/6 are nominated by the governor of a state. Now, the last topic is functions of the state legislature. The primary function of the state legislature is to make laws suitable to the needs of the state on various subjects mentioned in the state list and the concurrent list. The subjects on which laws can be made only by the state legislative assemblies is called the state list, and the subjects on which laws can be made by both the parliament and the state legislative assemblies is called the concurrent list. Means the state legislature makes laws related to the state list as well as the concurrent list given in our constitution. And the state list includes the subjects like police, trade, commerce, agriculture, and irrigation, etc. And the concurrent list includes the subjects like education, forest, trade union, marriage, adoption, and succession, etc. Other functions include financial control over the states, control over the government, and participation in the election of the president. Means the state legislature has financial control over the states, it has control over the government also, and the elected members of the state legislative assembly participate in the election of the president of India and members of the Rajya Sabha. Part 11th of the Indian Constitution defines the powers of the center and the states in India. It is divided into 3 lists: the union list, state list, and concurrent list. The union list has subjects of the national importance, The state list has subjects of the local and the state importance, and the concurrent list has subjects of common interest both to center and state. And about these three lists, we will discuss in detail in our next video. Now, let us once recall all the important points related to Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. The other name of Vidhan Sabha is the Legislative Assembly or the lower house, whereas the other name of Vidhan Parishad is the Legislative Council or the upper house. Maximum members in Vidhan Sabha, maximum number of members can be 500, whereas in Vidhan Parishad, not less than 40 members but not more than one third of the state legislative assembly. Feature: Vidhan Sabha can be dissolved by the governor in the case of national emergency, whereas Vidhan Parishad is a permanent body or the permanent house and one third of its members retire after every 2 years. Tenure or the time period: the tenure of Vidhan Sabha is 5 years, whereas the tenure of Vidhan Parishad is 6 years. Now, I hope today's topic is clear to you. Your today's homework is to learn the related terms and try to solve the related back exercises.